Welcome to Diaspora's Career Challenges, where we dive into the questions every diaspora and immigrant loves to hear. Where are you really from? And the classic, what's that accent? Because clearly your name and accent are far more important than your qualifications, right? I am Sweta Regmi, award-winning career strategist and CEO of Teach and Do, with an accent that somehow always manages to steal the spotlight. On this podcast, we will explore the impossible quest of fitting in. From not from here, not from there, to sure, I'll blend in. We'll tackle the joys of code switching, the myth of cultural fit, and why people can never, ever pronounce your name, but somehow they can nail Mikhail Gorbachev every time. If you're done explaining where you're from or why your background makes you too much and not enough for others, well, buckle up. You're in the right place. Let's get into it. Yep, it's that time of the year again when people suddenly remember Asian exist. AAPI Heritage Month, but only certain Asians. You know, the ones with Oriental eyes and K-drama skin. The ones who fit the stereotype. So when I say I'm South Asian, I'm from Nepal, the most common response I get, really? But you don't look like Gurkha. Right, because apparently there's South Asian lookbook floating around somewhere. And if I don't match it, I must be lying. Let's call it what it is, bias. Unspoken, casual, culturally accepted, and completely exhausting. The invisible Asians of AAPI. When most people think Asian in the context of AAPI, they picture East Asians, South Asians from Nepal, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives. We are afterthought. We are the asterisk in the conversation, and that invisibility hurts, especially in professional spaces. Let's talk about numbers. South Asians are one of the fastest growing ethnic groups in North America. But when it comes to visibility, media, leadership roles, policy decisions, we're still fighting to be seen. Only 4% of AAPI-focused campaigns in the US and Canada center on South Asians. Anti-South Asian hate is rising and being normalized across North America, from Canada to US, in Europe. And it's not just out there in the street, it's online, every day at workplace. TikTok memes, reels, mocking our names, accents, food, skin tone, and culture. Too hairy, too smelly, too brown, and always too much. These are not just jokes. They are digital violence dressed as content, but it's racism. Mocking our languages, our elders, our families, all for clicks and clout. And the scariest part, it's getting normalized. These jokes are reposted, liked, and laughed at, even by other South Asians, because laughing feels safer than speaking up. You know what's funny? Not the jokes about curry, butter chicken, samosas, momos, or that lingering, oh my God, it smells like your lunch commentary at workplace. That's not in humor anymore. That's thinly called racism. Also, not funny when office chores magically fall on South Asian women. Why? Because we just know how to take care of things. We cooked at home, we babysat, we wear the emotional glue. But when the promotion time rolls around, it's going to be Steve from the boys club who hung around after work to play the golf, who went on smoking break with the executive. They all got the project and news right there. That's the person who's going to get that role. Not the woman who organized the potluck, who did the office chores, planned the events, planned the baby shower for somebody, for their bosses, cover for someone else's missed deadline, stayed up late, compromising their family events or birthdays at home, and still showed up with the data. We're not looking for medals for emotional labor anymore, but maybe, just maybe, we'd like to stop being expected to do it for free when it's totally out of our job descriptions. Stop giving us office chores that does not value in promotion. And this is my message to South Asian women. In fact, all the other women out there too, stop doing the office chores, which are not part of your job description, because that's not going to get you promoted or give you the salary increase during the performance review. No one's going to remember your office chores because it's simply unpaid chores. And let's not forget, most South Asian speakers who show up to tell our stories are not paid. We're exposed, not employed. And sorry, exposure does not pay the rent. And these are the top employers, top companies who tout about DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's wild how companies will roll out a South Asian panel, slap a diversity badges around them, and call it equity. Meanwhile, their speakers are being unpaid just to get an exposure for future lead. We are not dealing with the discriminations only outside, but within our own community. It's not just the outside world anymore. Within our own communities, we're replicating biases, casteism, colorism, accent shaming, gender bias, ethnic hierarchy, like North Indian over South, fair over dark skin, male over female, Hindu over Muslim. We bring these biases with us when we migrate, then wonder why we feel fragmented. South Asian exclude other South Asians all the time. And here's the uncomfortable part. We don't always show up for each other. We sabotage, we compete, we whisper about one another instead of standing together at home, at work, in our communities. And yet we turn around and ask for equality from systems built without us in mind. We can't fight external discrimination while upholding it internally. How can we stand united when we are still tearing each other down? Make that make sense to me. Well, the good immigrant lie here. We're taught to be a good immigrant. Work hard, stay silent, don't complain, be grateful for crumbs. But being well-behaved has never protected us. It's only made us easier to ignore. You can't model minority your way out of racism. You can't polite your way into power. Here's the truth. South Asian are not monolith. We don't all look, speak, worship, or live the same. We're not your punchline, your mascot, or your diversity checkbox. We are the story. We bring innovations, culture, resilience, and fire. We don't need permission to take up space. We've earned it. So what now? If your AAPI panel has no South Asian voices, start over. If your diversity post only features East Asians, expand your lens. If someone mocks South Asian names or accents, say something. If your own friends and family are doing it, call them out. Representations without respect is tokenism. Inclusion without power is performance. And celebration without truth is hollow. To our own communities, stop forwarding the jokes that mock us. Stop shaming others for being too brown or too ethnic. Stop dilating who you are to fit in. We've spent generations shrinking to be accepted. Now it's time to expand fully and loudly. So the final word. This month, we don't want a seat at your table. We want our own table built by us, for us, and filled with every shade and voice of South Asia. So this AAPI month, ask who's missing. Make room, speak up, pass the mic, or step back. We're done being invisible. We're done being your afterthought. We're South Asians, and we are done staying quiet. If this hit home, share it, tag a friend, start the conversation. Let's make our voice impossible to ignore as a South Asian. Happy AAPI Heritage Month, dedicated to South Asian community around the world. And that's the wrap for today's episode, Diaspora's Career Challenges, where blending in is overrated and fitting in to someone else's mold is so last season. If you love this sarcasm, don't forget to subscribe, share, and I'd really appreciate your review. I'm here to remind you that you're not here to fit in. You're here to stand out. Your accent is still a mystery to some. Who cares? So the next time someone asks, "Where's that accent from?" just smile and say, "Oh, don't worry. It's called unique. You'll get used to it." Where can you connect with me? I'm all over on social media. Connect with me on LinkedIn. And I do have a free resources for job search and career under teachingdo.com/free resources. Can't wait for you to come in and join me next week.